Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jumper. Today I'll be reviewing the PlayStation 4, which was released in November of 2013 and made by Sony. Now, the PlayStation 4 is basically one of those consoles that I didn't have back when it was released because when I was growing up, I was more of a Nintendo person, and when I heard about the PlayStation 4, I was kind of interested in it, and I thought, this looks like an interesting console to get and play some of the games on it. And when I did get one, eventually, I thought it was really cool because some of the games that I've played on it. So some of the games that I have, whilst I've been playing on the PlayStation 4, are Persona 5, Persona 5 Royal, Spider-Man, PS4, the new God of War remake game, and various other games that I've been playing. And I've got to say, each game I think that I've played on the PlayStation 4 fits the PlayStation 4 quite well, even though I would like Persona 5 to go on the Switch, but I think a lot of people think the same. But I think a lot of the games, fit into the PlayStation library quite well because of how much they feel like. With Spider-Man PS4, it feels like the game is basically feels like an actual Spidey game. The characters feel a bit real, a bit quite grounded, and so does the characters in Persona 5, the God of War reboot, and even in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I think all those characters fit their own stories quite well and feel quite well rounded. So yeah, and I quite like how in part of the main menu you can access your trophies, and what I like about the trophy section of the PlayStation 4 is how that you can basically unlock trophies at random, even if you're playing a game or part of the game on the PS4, you can basically just play through the first part of the game, and you'll receive a trophy saying you've beaten the first chapter or something of the game, and then you'll get a trophy saying when you've collected the trophy, at what date, at what time, and you'll see a screenshot. And I think that's quite cool because there are a lot of really cool moments you can be doing, and then you'll get a trophy. But there will be times when you'll be playing part of the game, and there'll be part of the game saying blocked content or something, and I kind of see, and whenever you get a trophy there won't be a screenshot, and I kind of see why the guys over at PlayStation would do this, because it will probably give away less spoilers, even though there's the internet and people can just record stuff and just put it onto YouTube and stuff. So yeah, but I kind of see where PlayStation were going when they were basically doing that sort of design when they were putting it into the PlayStation 4. And I think some of the games that I've played are really cool because they all have their own story to tell, and they also expand on some of their lore. So for example, in the God of War reboot, it sees Kratos in Viking times, and it sees him not only as a dad, but also has his past of how he had destroyed all of the Greek gods, and how he's reminded of the Blades of Chaos, and that he's to go to Sparta. So I really think games like God of War really expands on the whole of the remaining lore that we have gathered or have seen within the previous games that have been released on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, those sort of consoles that were released before the PlayStation 4. And I think I'm glad that I got the PlayStation 4 when I did, instead of getting it after the PlayStation 5 was released, because I think it's because, like, you know, why would I get in, you know, the PlayStation 4 when the PlayStation 5 is out, and I'm just getting, like, you know, all these old games for this inferior console. And in terms of, I think, you know, graphic wise, power wise, those sorts of things that, you know, consoles tend to use. And yeah, and I think on a final note, I think that the PlayStation 4 is good. I think a lot of the games on the PS4 are quite awesome. I think, you know, some of my favourite ones are the Spider-Man game, the God of War game, Persona 5 obviously, because I think it's, like, you know, a really cool aspect into how a game looks and feels like it should be, sort of. I'm not too sure, but I have made a video on my favourite PlayStation 4 games, which I will probably leave a link to that video in the description below, so you guys can check that video out. But for, like, possibly my final verdict, I think the PS4 is good. It's probably, like, you know, a good console for, like, people to, like, you know, play and just have a really cool time. So yeah, that's been my top. No, not my top 5. That's been my review for the PlayStation 4. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.